This episode is brought to you by 365 Connect, the world's most advanced automated marketing and leasing platform built to keep your communities running 24/7, totally hands-free. Be sure to check out UnitRev, their AI-powered platform that creates and posts real-time content across search and social using live property data. It's redefining how communities attract and convert renters. It's a total game changer. I've seen it in action, and it's impressive. Visit 365connect.com today and tell them Mike sent you for a 30-day free trial. To another episode of the Multifamily Collective. Today, I wanted to give a shout out to someone I consider a friend, definitely an acquaintance, but let's say leaning toward friendship. Somebody I met years ago in Phoenix, Arizona. We were actually hiking up Camelback Mountain. We were at a conference. I think Best Places to Work Multifamily, Patrick Antrum's conference. I think that's where we were, and we were hiking to the top of Camelback Mountain. I met KP Reddy. That's important today because KP Reddy wrote something that caught my eye this morning. It's a newsletter. I'm going to link up so you can get his newsletter. I'll link it up. It's a Substack. So the title of his article is The Four Birds of Industry Metamorphosis. He leads off by telling a story about taking an assessment recently and personality assessments based on the DISC methodology, but it yielded answers that sort of came out using metaphors, birds as metaphors or analogies for the behavioral styles of people: eagle, parrot, dove, and owl, in case you're interested. All that being said, KP uses that as a jumping off point for referencing something he wrote about in his book. I'll link that up too. I read the book a couple of years ago. It's fantastic. I think we have an interview. Actually, we'll link that up as well. I think it was Tracy and Weissermaz. Anyway, The Discipline of Market Leaders. I apologize for butchering that name, but he builds off of that framework, and he talks about the three ways that companies compete: operational excellence, product leadership, customer intimacy. Anyway, back to the point that really struck me in this article. It is that companies today, when you're thinking about AI, you're putting your company in the context of AI, and you're putting AI against your organization. You're employing it, you're rolling it out, you're onboarding it in different ways in your organization. If you think about multifamily specifically, you may have AI leasing agents, and those have advanced in years. I think we put one out like 6 years ago from Dynasty called Lisa that ultimately sold to Outfolio. We rolled that out. It was our first introduction into the world of AI or automated leasing consultants that were beyond like your traditional bots that could actually have conversation with the consumer. I think it was one of the companies on the leading edge of that, certainly. But all that being said, that was a transformation in our business. And the point that KP is getting to in his article, the real punchline is many companies are thinking about transformation right now in the way that they run their companies. But the real power of artificial intelligence, the real power of LLMs, the real power of an agentic workforce, and the real power of what is coming after the agentic workforce is you could dub or name or apply the word metamorphosis to. This will completely rearrange the way that you did business. I remember years ago I was talking to Patrick Antrim on his podcast, being interviewed on his podcast, and I said, look, to me, the biggest disruption that is coming to the multifamily space is the complete rethinking of the traditional hierarchy in a business. CEO, CFO, CIO, all the C-suite people, all the various layers of RVPs or executive VP, all those titles that you know today and that whole structure that governs a business. In my head, that is the biggest disruption coming to all businesses, not just multifamily. That traditional hierarchy in the way that we do business will completely flatten out because you will have trusted agents. You'll have a trusted agentic workforce that will basically, I know this is a very simplistic way to put this, and there's a lot more to this than the statement I'm about to make, but that work gets folded into a digital governance agency, so to speak, that will do and yield all the information that you need for the various investments that you are making. It will also do the communication distribution. It will keep all parties informed real time, all the time. If questions come up, instead of you getting a phone call and pounding your head against the wall, trying to get the answer out of the many various layers in your organization, the investor, the partner can type that or speak that question into a interface and get the answer. And you can trust the answer. You can trust that the investor partner is getting the right answer because you've done the appropriate work here on the front side to build out the layer that would yield that stuff up to the various constituents that you're trying to serve, that you are serving in your real estate ecosystem. So I'm going to link this article up, The Four Birds of Industry, Metamorphosis. This is worth the read. KP Reddy is just a fantastic thinker. I really enjoy the way his mind works. We'll link up the article, we'll link up a link to his book, and I'd love to hear your thoughts because, in my opinion, the traditional hierarchy, it's corporate America gets disrupted, gets metamorphosized sooner than the hierarchy that governs a local on-site property, or it gets done more effectively in the beginning. So anyway, that's it. Take care. We'll talk to you again soon.